Hi, my name is Mandy Pinky. I currently teach Algebra 1 and I work with a freshman and sophomore in the AIMS program. Today I'm going to be talking to you about executive functioning. Basically, ways to help your son or daughter stay organized, plan, prioritize, self-monitor, and advocate for themselves to help them become a successful student here at St. Henry District High School. First and foremost, each of your students will receive a planner, an academic planner here at St. Henry as freshmen. And the academic planner, it's really important that these students utilize it in a way that will help them plan, prioritize, organize, and self-monitor for themselves. First, I want to kind of tell you a little bit about what's called front-load planning. Front-load planning enables the student to forecast for the week. It enables them to see all the assignments that they have going on. We have two ways that they're able to do that here at St. Henry. The first is they can utilize the Schoology calendar, which I have here. Now, a lot of kids feel that it's a little overwhelming, but it does give all their assignments, projects, and tests on here, but it kind of lists them together. You can color code, but still it seems a little overwhelming. Some like to break it down into class. So we've also provided what's called a weekly spreadsheet example that the students will be able to have access to on Schoology, which breaks it down per teacher so they can see what's going on for the whole week. And it also enables them to see any upcoming tests or quizzes the following week so they know what they can prepare over the weekend. So that's the first thing you want to have your student do. Figure out what they have going on for the week. Once they understand what they have going on for the week, then we can kind of move on into the planner and see what are their commitments. Here at St. Henry, we have many students that have many commitments. A lot of them are playing soccer, they're golfing, they're working in a club, they're going to culinary club, they're doing robotics, so they're very, very busy here at St. Henry. So in order for them to know what their week looks like, we want them to really work on what their commitments are and fill those in before they come into school on Monday. That way they can kind of see what's going on for the week. And what we like to do is help them block out that time. See, if you notice, when you start blocking out when they have their practices and meetings, there's not a lot of time left in the day to honestly do their homework. So with their front load planning, filling everything in, blocking out when they have things, even if it's Aunt Sally's dinner party that you guys have on Thursday night, block it out because those kids realize that if they have that on Thursday, it enables them maybe to study for the test on Tuesday because they'll be busy on Thursday and Wednesday. So those are just things that you want to help your kid with. Now, one of the things that we like to do, if you notice, we see like our highlighted tests and quizzes here. The reason we like to highlight tests and quizzes is because those are very important for the kids to prepare ahead of time. So we use removable Post-it notes. You're free to use like highlighters, but we find them effective because as teachers, I'm sorry, we like to change dates sometimes. Like something comes up and we move the test. So hopefully the removable Post-it notes, they're just a little bit easier to move around and things. So once your students have forecasted for the week, they have their commitments, they've blocked out that time. Now we're looking at each day to kind of see what's going on. Like if you look at day one here, they have a pretty busy day. We like to have the kids pick their due date, when it is, when it's due, and when's the time needed. It's important for them to see how long they feel an assignment's going to take them because it helps them kind of plan the rest of their evening if they can get everything accomplished on time. Once they have that, then we do what's called prioritize their assignments for the night. Because if you notice that all those assignments are going to take them a little over 2 hours to complete. Well, 2 hours is a lot of time to do homework and they already have soccer practice. So we have to figure out then when are they going to get the rest of the assignments in. So they prioritized what was important to them. They were getting those finished first. But the Spanish quiz isn't till Thursday. So the nice part is since they prioritized and did that last, if they have to, they can move it to the next day. So that's kind of ways to help the kids kind of see that they don't have to like cram everything, but if they break it apart, it makes it easier for them. Now, one of the other things that we have available to them in the planner is every planner has what's called a grade sheet. And you can use this as your students. And I know as a parent and as a teacher, it's really important for you not to monitor their grades daily. When you look at them every day, their grades fluctuate, they go up and down, and it's really difficult for the kids to kind of get a stable ground. You see like one day it's a 70, next day it's a 90. It's kind of hard for the kids to understand that. So we recommend doing it every Monday, and they'll find this in the planner, and they can fill out what their grades are for the week. What you want to do then to start a conversation with your son or daughter is we have what's called a baseline. And the baseline is a realistic, attainable goal that you feel your son or daughter could achieve here at St. Henry. So a lot of kids pick around 80, some pick higher, just depending on, how they feel that they can do. And they choose their baseline with you. Now, each week, if you look on Monday and you say like, oh, I got like a 60 in English right now. Okay, that's something wrong. So that enables you to start a conversation with them saying like, I need to email my teacher. What am I doing wrong? Why do I have a 60? I bombed that test, Mom. I know I did. So I need to figure out how I can study. So I'm going to email her to help me prepare for this next test. So it kind of gets the kids starting to advocate for themselves, and you kind of are aware of where things are with them. We also have available in the planner, we have what's called a test and quiz document. And I know many parents, I being one, that our kids really don't know how to study. You say that all the time. Parents are like, my kid doesn't know how to study. Their test and quizzes are where they always go on. They're doing fine all week long, but then it comes to quiz and then they bomb. Well, we created this document. Once again, it is in the planner available to the student. What I like about this is, say they have an English test on Thursday. On each block here, they're going to tell you how they're going to study. Well, on Monday, I'm going to reread my notes. Tuesday, I'm going to reread my notes. Wednesday, I'm going to reread my notes. And that's how I study. And then in the little box, they decide what grade they're going to get. I feel on this English test, I'm feeling so good about it, I think I'm going to get an 87. Well, I go and I take the test. I got a 70. Okay, I didn't achieve the grade that I had desired, which means I didn't do something right on those other 3 days that I studied. So that's starting another conversation. I might send a teacher an email, or I might be like, I bombed that last test. I did this each day, but it didn't work. Can you help me, Mr. Fay, and figure out what I need to do in order to study for this chemistry test coming up? Because I just can't. I'm not being successful the way that I'm studying. So this is one way to utilize it. But you're like, well, how do they study? Well, one of the things that we have is in their planner also is we have different strategies for test taking for the students. The idea is work smarter, not harder. And if you notice, probably most of you will notice, there's 3 different ways of studying. You have passive strategies, active strategies, and then active strategies with feedback. And most of our kids are in this passive strategy ways of studying. Now, and some of you might be like, my kids studied for hours. Well, they probably did, but it wasn't very effective. So when they do methods like that, they're wasting their time, hence the term work smarter, not harder. So we really want to try to get those kids pushed towards those active strategies to help them become better test takers, better quiz takers. So this is in the planner, and please utilize this with your kids. Say, oh, how'd you study for that test? Oh, I just rewrote all my notes, Mom. I did all that. I should know it. I would get 100. Well, you got a 70. Well, maybe we need to organize your notes or have someone quiz me or create a test for me. And those are ways that would help them actually retain the information of it better and be able to be successful on their test. Now, we also have another way that we keep things organized here at St. Henry in our notes. Most of the freshman teachers all use what's called Cornell method of notes. I have 2 examples here. I'll kind of show you a little basic one and kind of ways that the students can use it. Here's actually a set of my notes. These are Algebra 1 notes. Okay, and the reason why we use Cornell notes is because it breaks up the main concepts on the left side. So these are the key points that the kids can go back and they can actually fold the paper and say like, oh, what is the y-intercept? Well, it's the y-coordinate of the point where the graph intersects with the y-axis. So it enables them to kind of like make a flashcard in a way. So it kind of keeps things organized so they know where things are. Okay, these are all the examples of finding intercepts and they can see. It just breaks it down a lot easier. Now, if you were to look at here's Mrs. Brady's AP history, U.S. history, I'm sorry. You notice on here, like for example, an essay question. An essay question she might have is here at the top, the essential question. What factors influenced American westward movement? Well, the factors that influenced it are your key points here, and then here's all the meat of your essay question. So it breaks it down a lot easier for kids to see things. So we do highly recommend the Cornell notes. Doesn't mean your son or daughter has to do them. It's just something we use as a basis to kind of help them stay organized in their notes. We also have what's called double entry notes, which is the English department uses a lot because especially when they're reading books, they have their key concepts, who, what, when, and how over here, and then they make the kids relate it to something, which gives it meaning to them, which really helps the students. So your son or daughter will be doing a little bit of this in their English class. Now, here at St. Henry District High School, we have many different resources for our students. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But if you have any questions or any comments, or you just want to know a little bit more, because there is plenty of more information that we can give you, please don't hesitate to email Lacey Shea or Mandy Finke in order to get that information. We also have other resources, but due to the pandemic, we're kind of determining when we can offer some of those. One of the things is called OTM, which is Organization and Time Management. Mrs. Shea will be offering that at some point after school to all students who just need time to help them organize their week, forecast that week, and get their planner together. or some that just might need help just reorganizing all of their not their planners, I'm sorry, their binders and things like that to have it so they know where things are because they're forgetting where all their homework is. So we'll be offering that too. We'll kind of keep you updated, but please look when you get this information. I'll have a little packet. I'll have more resources on there for you. Thank you for your time, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact us.